I wish that I could fly into the sky so very high, just like a dragonfly. I'd fly above the trees, over the seas, in all degrees, to anywhere I please.
Good evening, everybody, and here we go again. Another live edition of Stampede Wrestling.
Gonna be a ring-a-ding-dong dandy.
Yeah, it's just me, or am I out of focus tonight here?
You're out of focus.
Yeah, not a big deal. Not
High five.
better?
Yep.
Yeah,
Great.
high five.
Lauren likes the high five.
Yeah, there we go. Anyways, we've got a pretty light show tonight, so it's not going to be a huge bunch of topics tonight, but we're going to try and make it worth your while. So stick around, maybe learn something, and make some good comments to us. Maybe we can learn a little bit too. How are you tonight, Lonnie?
I am doing very well. Looking forward to the weekend. It's been a long week again, but get out flying.
That's where you're so lucky. All you guys at work, you're just so lucky. You just don't realize it. You've got at least you got the weekends to look forward to.
I know. You guys don't get a break at all, you retired guys. It's just 24/7.
Yeah, there is no weekend for us. It's no break. Just retire 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doug won't be joining us tonight, or if he does, he'll be joining us late. He's got family obligations he's looking after tonight. And so Lonnie and I are going to handle it. I'm just going to sit back. Lonnie's going to run the show tonight and say what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, say what? So anyway, first thing we're going to do.
Topics.
Yeah.
Should be education.
First thing we're going to talk about, originally we had said we were going to just talk about flying in hot weather, but I think we should probably make it for either hot or cold weather.
Well, it's right around the corner, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we just kind of come out of a nice hot streak, and it's cooling off a little bit, but, it could get back up there in a heartbeat. So who knows?
Oh, yeah.
And I know I take precautions on both warm and cold weather. How about you, Lonnie?
I try. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. First thing before I even leave the house is make sure you're properly attired for what you're going to do. It's not going to do you much good if you are not in good shape, and you're not going to be very good for flying your drone. So start off with the basics and look after yourself.
Yeah. Well, you're just as much part of the fly as the drone is, right?
Yep, absolutely. Then my next thing is, before I even leave the house, check your batteries. I've heard so many times the guys going out flying and, oops, I thought my batteries were full. Don't forget, folks, your batteries do have a set date that they will, or set time that they'll start to get into their discharge cycle to get them down to a safe level for storage. So before you even leave the house, check your batteries, and not just your drone batteries, but your controller batteries. So
exactly.
I feel fairly confident with the number of batteries that I have on my drones, as long as the controller is above 90%. But, I don't like to leave everything fully charged. So now once you get out there, or actually even before you get out there, if you're going to be dealing with either really hot or real cold weather, grab yourself a cooler. You're okay in a lot of circumstances where you can leave your batteries in the car as long as your car is running with either heat or air conditioning to keep them either to an appropriate temperature. But sometimes, like if you're back in, a few hundred or a few thousand feet away from your vehicle, you're going to want to still be able to maintain your batteries. In the wintertime, sometimes you can just get away with tucking them in an inside pocket, but that doesn't work real well when it's hot weather. And a little trick that I've used is just getting a real small ice pack and putting it in the cooler, and then just wrap a towel around that ice pack, because you want the batteries cool, not cold, right? You don't want your batteries in direct contact with that ice pack. And you can do the same thing. You can get a heat pad, those heat sticks, and put those in the cooler to keep them warm in the winter. Just another little trick. You try any of those, Lonnie, or?
I've tried the heat stick one. I got a little Igloo lunchbox that I use for work.
Yeah.
Dump her out. It's perfect size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Throw it in there. It's all good.
And not only that, but like check them every once in a while just to make sure that they're not getting either too hot or too cold. If they do get cold or too hot, try and get the temperatures down to an acceptable level before you start flying. Yeah. That's just going to reduce any issues as well as prolong your battery life overall. I know a lot of the guys that I talk and deal with from down in the southern states, they have major issues with battery swelling all the time, and a lot of times that's caused from batteries overheating. Oh
yeah, sure.
And like key trick: make sure you pull the battery from the drone as soon as you're finished your flight, and don't leave it in the drone, because you want it to cool down and not maintain the heat any longer than necessary. Another thing, keep an eye on your screen for any warnings, because sometimes you'll get a warning on your screen about temperature, and you will get warnings. Either you get an overheating warning, or you'll actually get a weather warning that it's too cold to fly. I've seen both of them, so keep an eye on that. Have you ever seen that, Lonnie, or no?
I've seen the cold one. I have not seen the hot one yet, but I have seen the cold one last 2 Februaries ago.
Yeah. Well, I got a hot one year when I was down in Drumheller, and it was about 35, 37 degrees out there, and some good hard flying, and that heated enough to bring up the warning. And 94 today, eh, Michael? He's down in Texas, by the way. So
that's pretty warm.
And probably the final one, which is also very important, which a lot of people overlook, is your display device. You're using a screen that is going to degrade either way if it gets too hot or too cold. If your screen, you'll find, especially if you're using a tablet, they seem to be a little bit more prone. But if it's a hot day and you're out in direct sunlight, those will heat up enough that your image pretty much disappears, and your screen doesn't do you much good then. So
no.
And then on cold, you kind of get vignetting, so that the corners of your screen start getting darker and darker, and it'll work its way into the middle as that screen loses temperature. So again, you got to make sure that those stay the right temperature. If you've got any of those even starting to happening, I suggest landing your drone and get that under control. So
Yep, you don't want any issues out there.
Yeah. What tips you got there for us, Lonnie?
Exactly what you just said. And once that starts getting cold and your tablet starts closing in on you, that's a good time to land it. As you know, a couple of years ago in February, I had a little bit of an incident into about 5 feet of powder, and it was related. for sure.
Yeah.
I just
think
didn't
we-
get it down fast enough. So, but yes,
I think we were talking about that last week, weren't we?
we were.
Drone
We were.
incidences.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. It's funny how so many of those can just all stem back to the same thing. It's kind of like when I had my number 2 accident and wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. My number 2 accident? No.
Personal problem.
My second accident. Where I flew into a tree, and I was using an iPad, and I had the sun right behind me, a real bright day, and the sun shining on the screen, and because of that temperature, the screen just kept getting worse and worse, and I should have stopped, but I didn't. I went on assumption, and we all know assumption is the mother of,
Yeah.
So, but
Evil.
anything else you want to add to that?
I think that just about covers all of it. I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Touch bases on it all.
Anyway, Saturday, we're going to be involved in a SAR exercise. One of our members has reached out on behalf of the family and wanting us to assist them. So I got in touch with
what SARS is.
Yes, and I got in touch with the detective in charge, and he gave us his blessing, as well as a few guidelines that we will discuss on scene. And to make a long story short, the chances of us being successful are fairly slim. I will be real honest, because we will be searching for a cadaver. The person has been missing since beginning part of June, and they have done quite a bit of searching. But the biggest thing that's going to work for us is the water levels are much lower than what they were then. And so we'll discuss a lot of it. I don't want to go into great detail, but if anybody wants to come out and join us, the meeting date and time is posted in the group. If finding a body makes you a little bit squirmish, I don't think you need to worry about it, because you will not, and I repeat, will not be dealing with the body other than recording its location. So, and chances are by now the body is pretty degraded that it's going to be even tough to recognize. So I can talk from prior experience, a few things that can help you out once we get on scene at our meeting location on Saturday. But if anybody wants to come out and join, please feel free. It's good exercise, and who knows, we may get invited out by Calgary Police a little bit more often if we show them that we gave a serious attempt, or even better yet, if we were to actually find something. So, and that's good for our group as a whole. But
yes,
and Lonnie's busy Saturday.
I am unfortunately busy. Well, and not only that, my Air 2 is en route back to me. So all I would have is the Mini anyway. So not great for something like that.
No, but hey,
no, you never know. The weekend's not here yet.
Yeah,
So,
but
I
know you've got other engagements as well. So,
well, I know where you're meeting.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Track us down like the dogs that we are.
Yep. Absolutely.
So last week we announced we were going to start going through the group and picking kind of a clip of the week and airing that clip on the show. We went through, Lonnie and I went through this before the show, and this is the one we've picked. We're going to watch this clip, and then once we watch this, we're going to kind of tell you why we chose this one, and the other everything else that we looked at, that there was some good stuff, but there's a few
Absolutely.
things that stood out in this one that made us choose this one. So, sound right?
Let's watch her and see.
Uh,
And maybe we'll get some input from the viewers.
yeah.
Well, there you go. That was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done, and part of the reason that, oh, hang on here, don't start it over again. Anyway, the reason I kind of like this one was the fact that it wasn't just about drone flying. There was some other shots besides just strictly a drone, and to me, it put kind of a story into it a little bit almost. And plus, I really loved how he did the sun reflections off the water. That was a nice touch.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was gorgeous. And this year, like the colors out there are just outstanding, right?
Yeah.
And the contrast with the rock and stuff around Drumheller and stuff like that is just amazing, just amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So kudos, good job. Keep flying, keep posting.
And I
Great.
see my buddy Marcus joined us again. Welcome aboard Idaho Quadcopter. Nice of you to drop in.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to have you. Geez, that's 2 Americans we got on here. Oh no.
Oh, we're getting overrun. Yeah.
They're trying to take over our channel.
Oh. So,
Um,
and another thing about that video too was, with the mountains and the waters and the sun reflection in the waters, like just the way it was put together was extremely well
yeah.
done.
Yeah, it was nicely done. There was another one that was in good contention. Just needed to add a few more different style clips to that one. It was, and that would have been right up there as well. So,
Absolutely.
but again, hey, that's our taste. So
We do it. We all
One-
fly drones. We love to do it, and we love to see what's up about 100, 100.5 feet above
Yeah.
things, and the perspective is just amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to share with everybody.
and so we encourage you guys put forward your clips and stuff like that.
Sure.
We'll post them on here. Give you
Yeah.
give you your 5 minutes of fame.
There you
Or
go.
however long your clip is.
Well, it'd be nice if they were close to a minute.
Yeah.
I think it's
Actually-
a little tougher to make a 1 minute one.
Yeah.
And then make it with a little bit of everything with a good story, because it's a very short period of time.
Yeah.
But
Myself, I try and I try and put mine between 2.5 and 3 minutes all the time.
Yeah.
It's my magic number for me anyway. So
I find it very tough to get below 3.
Yeah.
I do. It's hard.
Oh,
you
tell me
get
about
so much good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else we got tonight, Lonnie? I think this is going to be a short show tonight.
I think you might be right. I think we've gone through everything. What do we want to talk about next week? Anybody got any ideas?
Yeah.
Post on the page.
Somebody post
comments.
something in the group. We'll chat about it.
Yeah, give us something to talk about. I mean, obviously next week, maybe we can do a little bit of update on the SAR flying.
Yeah.
Let everybody know how that went. We'll have a new a drone of the week clip we'll be talking about as well. Right?
I will not be available tomorrow. Tomorrow's my worst day of the year. So
Tomorrow.
yes. So
Okay.
I will be out of town and I will have all communications turned off tomorrow. So if somebody needs to get a hold of me, you're going to have to wait until
Leave a message.
until the following day, because I will not be answering, and I will be out of touch for tomorrow for personal reasons. So just FYI, if somebody's waiting for a response or something,
Get back.
you'll be waiting. So I'm hoping my co's will look after things.
We'll do the best we can do.
So, and on that note, since I'm being a real sourpuss, I think we'll have to call it a night. Thanks for joining us, folks, and hopefully we will see everybody again next week.
Have a good night, everybody.
And have a good one.
That's all, folks.